Nija Sanji? Oh, yeah. Yeah, I need to look at... Yeah, I heard about this shit. So, I saw photos of this, but I didn't want to believe that it was real. Nija Sanji is a... It's a VTuber org. And, well...
Welcome.
There we go. Any color? Apparently not. The only color I see is red.
Back yet again to the saga of Niji Sanji's downfall. The never-ending train wreck. So as a recap, right, in the beginning of the year, they were doing pretty damn well.
Yeah.
Their stock price was high. But it turned out that their work culture was so toxic that one of their VTubers tried to end their lives over it.
That's right.
Niji Sanji's response was to terminate them and then say that the financial impact of this was gonna be negligible. Obviously.
Damn. That was Doki Bird before that was her original model, and then she moved back to it because they took her model away. People might not know this about VTuber orgs because it's insane and ridiculous, but a lot of the VTubers, when I want to say they are owned by the org, I want you to understand that I literally mean owned. The IP for the character is owned by the org. They own who you are. They own your assets. Yes, exactly. They're mascots. Yes, exactly. You sign yourself away. Now, not all of them do this. Some of them don't. Many of them do, though. I find it to be incredibly problematic, and I think that it is a tremendous abuse.
Not the case, and it's been in free fall since then. But recently, as you can see here, there has been somewhat of a recovery. People thought, you know what, dude?
Them.
Maybe it's time to finally move on. Maybe it's time to start a new chapter.
Things are getting better.
Well, as
I guess
you can
not.
see, the recovery didn't last too long as it just fell again, right? Going from around 2,800 back to 2,400, losing 20% of its value in the process.
Jesus.
Well, the question is, right, what happened here? What has completely stopped this recovery? The answer's simple. Public humiliation.
Why would anybody audition to become a Nija Sanji English video? Yeah, why would anybody want to do it? Why would you want to be part of the org that works people towards suicide, makes everybody put out corporate messages, they own who you are? Why would anybody want to do that? Yeah, like why? Because like the thing is that this is the same problem that Blizzard has, right? If you are a talented, great, hardworking game developer, do you want to work at Riot or Blizzard? Ooh.
Though Niji Sanji's online reputation has pretty much been burnt to ashes, they've never actually felt.
Yeah, but if you had to pick one, it's going to be Riot.
This humiliation in real life, up until very recently in the summer of 2024, where it finally dawned on them just how much they botched their image in the West. How this company that was worth $1 billion at some point on the Japanese stock exchange can't even compare to its biggest rival anymore. This is how Niji Sanji got humiliated. Let's talk about it.
Jesus Christ.
But you know what isn't humiliating? Marrying your favorite 3D waifu in your favorite gacha game. I'm, of course...
Are you kidding me? What game is this?
Talking about Snowbreak Containment Zone.
What?
And you're in luck because the game is now better than ever with the new update. The stakes are, of course, higher, but the gameplay is also snappier, smoother, more refined. This isn't just about gameplay, though.
This is a gacha boob simulator game and it's not turn-based? I just assumed it was going to be turn-based.
Because you have new awesome outfits and straight-up weapons, including a new weapon type. But you know what really sets Snowbreak apart from other games?
Yeah, I would play this.
Co-op modes. Like Torrent of Fire that came out with this update, where you and a
Did they have male characters in this game?
Partner control turrets in an endless game mode. And if you're still not convinced, then during this version update, you can get Fenny Starshine for free.
So it's just like Genshin Impact then.
as well as 10 free echoes in the mail to pull for whoever you want. So what are you waiting for? Link in the description and the pinned comment to get yourself this game for free. And thank you so much, Snowbreak, for sponsoring this video.
Jesus.
So as you might already know, there are many anime fans outside of Japan. And one of, if not the biggest anime event of the year is held in Los Angeles at the Anime Expo. This event,
I thought about going to the Anime Expo this year. I didn't. I thought it would be annoying.
Is huge, and it's known to have an infamous reputation of overcrowding because there's just that many people who go there. Every summer, people look forward to not only the stands and displays that are there, but also the announcements that are made there for the first time as opposed to being made in Japan. But this isn't just exclusive to anime, it's about things related to anime, like VTubing. It's held in the Los Angeles Convention Center. This is a huge center, and it's where E3 used to be held, right? I'm sure you know what E3 is. Now, Nijisanji, just like their biggest VTuber competitors, were set to be there. But unlike their competitors, they wanted to take it to the next level. So not only were they going to have a significant presence on the expo floor, but they were partnering up.
You don't understand? They had males in Snowbreak, but they took them all out? I see. That's why the game's doing well, right? You know what? Everything's fitting together quite well. I'm beginning to understand.
Anime Expo for the Summer Jam. This was going to be Nijisanji Ien's first ever full 3D concert in the United States. It was going to be an hour and a half long and held...
I'm sorry. I guess I'm too old for it, but I think the 3D concerts are ridiculous. I do. I think it's ridiculous. Now, I would probably go to one just because, like, hey, I would go to a furry convention. I would love to do that. That'd be fun. Doesn't necessarily mean that I'm a furry, but, like, yeah, I think it's ridiculous. But hey, I'm a fucking asshole, so what do you expect?
At the Peacock Theater. But it wasn't just going to be one concert. It was going to be two. One on July 6th. And the other one on July 7th. The first one was going to expose their English talents, right? But the second one had some of their biggest Japanese talents as well. So they were really going all out for the global English-speaking audience here. Held in the Peacock Theater. This isn't a small theater. As I said, they were investing quite a bit in this. It was announced in May 2024, but by the beginning of June, some people started to show concern. You see, the problem was that the tickets were simply not selling.
That's not good. That's not good. That's way too many seats. Well, no, it's not. You have to keep in mind, like, that, like me saying that I think that the concerts are ridiculous. I am the old man yelling at a cloud. Okay? Well, actually, to be fair, it basically is a cloud. And a lot of other people like this. And these are really popular. Hololive, always 100% fully booked. Exactly, yes. If Hololive did it, this wouldn't happen.
As you can see, any seats in green just not booked yet. No one was buying the tickets. This wasn't the Peacock Theater,
like, I'll tell you this. If Hololive had an event near me, I would, if I could, I would try to go to the event. I would, just because it would be an experience, and I would just be curious to see what it would be like. Why? Why not? Why not?
And in the general area, they hadn't even sold half of the tickets. The pit, which usually sells out first, was also not fully booked. And these two right here were for the July 6th concert. And this one was for the July 7th concert.
Ah, damn.
This was unexpected by Nijisanji fans,
and this is after
Nijisanji
2
haters,
weeks.
and Nijisanji themselves and their talents. Like, what? The majority of the seats are empty. But time kept going by,
right?
Okay, and weeks kept going by.
Sure they would
the
sell
tickets
more.
were not selling, but people thought, you know what, dude? They're not going to cancel this. They've already invested so much into it. I'm sure they're going to find a solution. Maybe do giveaways, give out tickets. I don't know, something, right?
Yeah.
They have to, right? Well, on June 25th, 2024, Nijisanji put out this tweet. Bear in mind, this is like barely a week before the concert was meant to take place, all right? Here's what they said. Important update regarding Nijisanji En Summer Jam and
Which, by the way, if I was them, this is the right decision. Because if I knew it wasn't selling out, I would 100% go just so I could record how boring it was and how dead it was. Yeah, absolutely. It's too late, though? Yeah, but, like, sometimes it's better, right? It's like if you have an infected arm, sometimes you just gotta cut it off. You got an infected finger, cut it off. Don't let it get worse.
Welcome to Wonder Wander World concert in LA. This is an important update regarding the Nijisanji En Summer Jam and Welcome to Wonder Wander World concert in LA, originally scheduled for July 6 to 7 at the Peacock Theater during Anime Expo 2024. While we were incredibly excited to bring you our first ever 3D concert in North America, recent developments have made it clear that creating the optimal environment for an unforgettable experience for our fans and our livers is no longer feasible.
Wow.
Further details can be found at the following websites.
Too bad.
Please rest assured that full refunds for the concert tickets will be processed.
I bet they will.
Details regarding the refund process will be announced soon on our official X accounts and the websites mentioned above. We are also working on special perks to show our appreciation for all who purchase tickets. And then they made sure to specify that they will be at Anime Expo on booth E65.
Maybe send them all those like hats with the propeller on the top.
E70, and that they weren't canceling that.
The different colors.
The full explanation on their website states that they will be doing it live on YouTube instead, and that it will be free. However, that's only for the concert that was meant to be on July 6th. The one that was meant to be on July 7th was completely canceled, but people who bought a ticket for it were going to get a mini live concert footage, whatever that means. So understandably, right, the first reaction for a lot of people was absolute and utter disappointment, right? You had people like this person here saying,
somebody says in chat, don't most VTubers not watch anime? They're women that just do it so guys can donate money to them. No, you're wrong. They're actually not women. It's all guys. Yep, there it is.
I'm like a joke. I spent so much money on flight tickets and hotel, and now you told me the concert is canceled? I bought the Anime Expo ticket because it requires one to enter the concert. Who will be responsible for refunding that? It's so ridiculous. So since they were partnering up with Anime Expo, you needed an Anime Expo ticket on top of the concert ticket to actually be able to go in. And what
why would you do? Why would they? Well, that's probably the reason why it didn't happen. I mean, that's stupid. Why would you even? That's why
person is saying is that the only reason they even bought an Anime Expo ticket was for this concert. This is a super fan that absolutely got it up the ass because of Nijisanji. Bear in mind, these tickets are not cheap, especially if you're coming from abroad where you might not have the purchasing power that is in the United States. So if you bought a ticket just for Nijisanji's concert, you weren't going to get that refunded. This was very embarrassing. It was embarrassing as a fan, and it was embarrassing for Nijisanji because everyone got screwed over here. They had overestimated how many people would show up to their concert and got screwed over royally. Just looking at this gives me secondhand embarrassment, man. Like, oh my god, there was no winning. That's
really, really bad. I'm actually kind of surprised. Booked to damage down. Honestly, Real Wallet Killer is paying for a hotel. Yeah, of course, man. That's absolutely horrible. Yeah, that's really, really bad. Can't compare to Tanacon though. I don't remember even what happened with that. I feel bad for the Japanese fans. I don't feel bad for any of the fans because they're supporting an organization that take advantage of people and is completely unethical. So when something bad happens to them, like they're wasting their money on this, it's like, well, that's what you get. You shouldn't have done it.
Here, they just didn't sell enough. Even if they went live with this, the talents would see how many people showed up and think, fuck, like, this is embarrassing. Even though they ended up streaming the concert online and the fans seemed to like it, especially the ones that...
Nah, bro, like, this only had 172k views. Nah, bro, like, if you look at this, 593k. This one has 224. That's actually not really that many. And this is only their English channel. Keep that in mind. 1 million views. Holy shit.
couldn't go initially, there was something else that happened at Anime Expo that was so humiliating.
30-minute demo?
It was the fact that no one showed up. no one showed up.
This was so bad, bro. This is what I saw. So they had a different. Oh my god, so bad. It's like. You know what I was saying before about how it's like a shareholder's worst nightmare? This is like another one. Some guy in chat said, I didn't even say it. This is another one you wake up, oh, okay, it's not real. Thank God.
Stand. They had taken such a big space and there was literally no one there.
Man,
Legal Mindset had made this tweet asking, is this real? Where you see Nijisanji's booth absolutely empty,
oh my God,
while their competitors Hololive and Vishoujo absolutely full, as well as indies like Doki Bird also being
full. Which,
full.
by the way, the funny thing is that Doki Bird was the one that started all of the drama that is one of the reasons why nobody's in this room. So it's really fucking funny how that happened.
Now, of course, some people were concerned, like, okay, listen, it's fun to make fun of Nijisanji, whatever, but maybe this was when the expo was still opening or when it was closing, right? Maybe this is just fake news. Well, someone was kind enough to take a video. VTuber Cringe on Twitter was
VTuber Cringe, oh god. Yeah, that's about right.
Enough to take this video. I sped it up by 2 times. And as you can see, they brought out statues. You know, here's a couple right here. You know, you have Elira Pandora, and then you have Shu Yamino, who's a Japanese VTuber in Nijisanji. And you have a bunch of figurines, right? Like the whole thing is set up in a cool way. I mean, you know, the stand itself isn't bad, but as you can see, it's a ghost town.
There's nobody there.
There's no one here. There's more VTubers on the walls than there are people, okay?
Jesus.
There are more VTubers on the walls than there are people. It is so embarrassing, man. I can't watch anymore. This, in contrast to their biggest competitor, Hololive, is insane because they just showed up to the LA Dodgers Stadium, where 3 of their top talents co-presented and sang the baseball anthem to an almost full stadium. They called the event Hololive Night, and it was a massive success.
Oh my fucking god. Yeah, that's the future is now. As I said, I'm just thinking to myself, the, 63-year-old traditional conservative family man who fucking sees this in his baseball game. Oh, man.
With a good amount of Dodgers fans that were grateful for it because the stadium was full, but they also managed to pull a comeback after a Hololive VTuber sang.
Oh my god.
Attributing their luck to Gargura singing. Yeah. It was this very wholesome post made on
and like the thing is that like these are 3 of their like most well-known people, right? That's Pecora, Gargura, and Suisei. And like everybody knows who they are. So like yeah, it definitely did not go over very well for Nijisanji in comparison, you know?
Attributing their luck to Gargura singing. There was this very wholesome post made on the
Hololive
subreddit where a Los Angeles Dodgers fan was thanking the Hololive and VTubing community for making that match one of the best Dodger games a fan since birth has ever seen from their perspective. So yeah, it's very clear the VTuber industry is shifting towards Hololive and leaving Nijisanji behind right now. This is an important comparison to make because while Hololive is a corporation, just like Nijisanji, the main difference is that they do try their best to treat their talents as well as they can.
Well, it's also that they're not involved in a lot of controversy. In general, controversy for VTubing is bad. So a lot of these companies try to avoid controversy as much as they can. And I no kidding. Yeah, absolutely. And like, I'm not sure how Hololive does things. I really have no idea. But what I do know is that they don't do what Nija Sanji does. Leave drama and politics out of it? Yeah. They've had some bad ones in the past. Well, I mean, hey, there are always going to be people that fuck up. But these guys don't fuck up as many times.
Sanji has proven to us time and time again that is not the case. If anything, they have crazy favoritism and a very toxic culture. So this is one of the main reasons why the stock has fallen. This rally signified hope for investors. Like, listen, man, maybe they'll just make a comeback. Yeah. This concert at the Peacock Theater in LA, their presence in Anime Expo, like, come on, right? This will really show us that all this stuff has been over-exaggerated.
That's copium right there, bro. That is a fucking visual representation of copium.
Well, nope. Nope. It was not negligible. What happened in February was simply not negligible. Do I think this is the end of Niji Sanji? No, but it was most definitely humiliating. They definitely can come back from this, but it'll take a long time to get back to where they were when
people will always bring this up. And also, like, so this is one of the big problems with, like, VTubing is that so much of VTubing is built off of a... Like, it's built off of an image. It's built off of, like, a fantasy. So as soon as you, like, crack that fantasy at all, people immediately lose interest. This is why it's not healthy. I don't think it's not healthy. I mean, there are plenty of people that act like freaks that watch normal streamers, too. It's not like VTubers have a monopoly on this. But what I do think is that a lot of times what happens is that a lot of these content creators, like, any drama happens, something like this happens, and people immediately lose interest. And I think it's the same thing with these orgs, is that people get into VTubing and get invested in it. This is my opinion, because it's a form of, like, extreme escapism. So anytime that something happens that's kind of close to real life, it alienates those people because those people are trying to get away from reality. The whole VTuber thing is weird. I like VTubing. I think VTubing is cool. I do. That's my opinion.
It comes to their global audience. I just hope that in the process, no one gets hurt like their past talents and they can foster a healthy work environment. Maybe that'll help them, I don't know, sell more than half the available tickets.
That's
in the
terrible.
Peacock Theater.
Oh my god.
Oh, thank you for watching, guys. I'll see you in the next video, whenever that is. And
this is
hope you enjoyed,
crazy.
And I love you so much. Stay safe out there. Love you. Mwah.
Oh my fucking god. The website must be bugged because no one is buying tickets. Can someone fix the website, please? Haha. Man, W video. Yeah, I didn't know about the, I knew about the Anime Expo thing. I didn't know about that other one. Who's your favorite VTuber? I mean, I don't really have a favorite VTuber, really. I mean, I don't spend a lot of time watching VTubers at all. I mean, to be honest, like, I don't spend a lot of time watching anybody's stream. You know whose stream I watch? I watch reruns of my own stream to see, like, okay, this part sucked. I need to stop doing this. Like, yeah, I'm gonna watch my, like, I'm busy, bro. Like, I'm busy doing shit. Like, obviously, of course, I know a lot of the VTubers. Of course I know all the VTubers. But that's not really something I'm actively, I don't really spend a lot of time watching streams in general. But, you know, self-criticism, yeah, absolutely. Yeah, of course I've watched Cassie. Yes, absolutely. I've watched Shy Lily. I've watched Silverveil. I've watched Iron Mouse. There's, like, a few of them in, like, any gacha game. Like, you want to find VTubers? Go to a gacha game. So anytime that I'm playing one of those, I might watch one of them and see what they're doing and, you know, see how things are going. But yeah, Nanners is nice. Yeah, absolutely. So Fillion, yeah, sure. Like, she did, like, the whole VTuber awards and everything like that. I think that VTubing is nice because it removes a certain, like, VTubing is really good because it functions as kind of like an equalizer, especially for women in the streaming space. And also it kind of removes the need to look a certain way. Because I think that one big issue that a lot of girls have is that if you don't look a certain way, if you don't present yourself in a certain way. And I think that some of this is some of it is genetic. Obviously, like some people are just more attractive than others. But overall, being a VTuber also gives you a lot of privacy, because one thing that, like, it's very obvious, all of the popular streamers that are girls are hot. What a fucking surprise. But there's another component to this too, is that, you know what people like to do to hot girls on the internet? Stalk them. That's right. They like stalking them, harassing them, trying to invade their personal life, etc. So a girl can do that, and that's why, like, a lot of the VTubers are attractive in real life. It's not like they're ugly, but they don't want to put that out there a lot because they don't want to put themselves in a position where they could have people recognizing them and harassing them. So that's the reason. Yeah, bad things happen. Exactly. It's an equalizer for men. They get to pretend that they're girls and farm creeps. So you think that all the VTubers are actually just fucking guys? Yeah, I don't think so, okay? It's funny that you say that, but I don't really think that's what's happening. Or they live in countries where it's actually dangerous for them to be in public. Well, yeah, and like, you've got to keep in mind, like, a lot of these girls, they are, like, they can be in danger, right? They could be in danger if, you know, somebody like that sees them, or, you know, somebody's like harassing them, like stalkers. Like, every girl that I know, basically, that has done streaming and is successful at it has had to deal with stalkers and weirdos and stuff like that. And it's not like VTubers don't get that, but there's an added layer of security that makes it probably safer to do. It's a non-zero probability there, guys. Yeah, sure. All VTuber guys, thanks, guys. It's such a boomer take. Yeah, that's why people are saying it in my chat, okay? I do it because I want to be able to have a separate life from my personal life and my internet life. Well, yeah, and there's a lot of people that are going to do it for different reasons. But the point that I'm making is that a lot of people, the reason why VTubing is popular for them is really simple. It's because they don't have to put on makeup every day. You don't have to do this. You don't have to worry about the way that you look. And for a lot of girls, that matters a lot, because, like, I've seen this happen with girls many times. And it's like, girls, you know, they're popular and then their looks change and then people don't watch them anymore. It's very sad, right? It sucks. Like, I mean, if you look at it from their perspective. Now, obviously, I'm sure there's incels that are like, oh, yeah, that's what you get, you know, L women, right? But the truth is that if I look at it from their perspective, oh, yeah, that probably really sucks. That sucks. Like, absolutely, that sucks. So, like, why do you want to have that happen to you? Why do you want to open up the door for that to happen? And I think that the chances are that people don't. So, yeah.